Hey guys, so my name is Josh Rodriguez. This is my presentation on biography of a favorite celebrity. So you can see this is who I'll be talking about. So let me ask you a question. Who is Michael Jordan? Well, let me answer that for you. So Michael Jordan, the best player of all time. He played for about 15 years, and to this day, he's still a businessman, a really wealthy businessman, and the first NBA player that is a billionaire. So let's get to it. So he played from 1984 to 2003, and he was a 5-time MVP, 6-time NBA champion, 4-time gold medalist when he used to play at the Olympics for the USA basketball team. He was called twice Defensive Player of the Year and twice Male Athlete of the Year. So everybody around the world, the athletes, was looked up to him. They idolized him, and now these athletes are icons just like MJ. So everybody looks up to them now. So in a way, he passed the torch to everybody else who wanted to be the greatest. But let's get back a little bit about his early life. So he was born in 1963 in Brooklyn. But when he was 5 years old, he went to North Carolina and basically grew up in North Carolina. So his father taught him how to be a hard worker and did manly work. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. But his mother showed him how to do practical skills like washing dishes, laundry, all that, what our parents will make us do. So when he was in high school, he was cut from the team, but he never let that slide. And he brought that failure to be success, and he did. So when he went to North Carolina as a freshman, he was so good. They weren't expecting him how he was. So he averaged 13 points a game, and he helped his team, which is UNC, University of North Carolina, and he helped them win 88 points and lost 13, but it was just pretty good for a college team. It was really good. And he helped them win a championship. But a little later on, when he finished, he was drafted to the NBA, and he was a third draft pick, which is good. So he was drafted to the Chicago Bulls in 1984 and played the same year. So after that, the rest was history, man. So he won 6 NBA championships, which is 1991, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. So it was a three-peat twice. So a three-peat is when a team wins a championship 3 times in a row, which is pretty good because no one has done it twice, just like what he did with the Bulls. Because all he had was Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, and so on. That is the best team of all time. But in 96, he dedicated that win for his father because he was murdered. And that's when his iconic shoe, which is this shoe, was really remarkable because of that game. And then in 1997, they call it the flu game because it was so cool that he won the game that he had a flu. So I don't know how he was able to do it, but he did. And that's why this model was really popular because of that. So originally the flu game was black and red, but this is something similar I can show you guys. But then in 1998, they call it the last shot. The reason why is because that was his last time ever playing with the Chicago Bulls and won the Jazz team twice, which is 97, 98. So after that, he retired in 1999, and he retired twice, which is pretty funny. And he retired again, which is the third time, and he retired in 1999, and then he came back 2002, but he retired in 2003 officially. So let's go back a little bit because I feel like I'm going too far. So when his father died, he retired the first time. He retired in 1993 because his father was murdered, and his father wanted to be a professional baseball player. And he wanted to pursue that dream for him since he wasn't able to, and he did. And when in 1995, everybody criticized him, and people said things about him that he was like not the same as more like he used to play with the Bulls. And he got scared that he was gonna be a replacement player, which nobody wants that to happen to them. So in 1995, when he came back dominating everybody. And that's why I said 1996 was the best year for him, in my opinion. And also, the rest was history. But he was so competitive that when everybody was trying to doubt him, he wanted to prove them wrong and get revenge. Like, his work ethic was like off the charts. Competitiveness, resiliency, athleticism was out there. So after that, I'm gonna give you an example how competitive he was. He played against the Boston Celtics around his first year, and everybody was like saying like, "Oh, he's just a young kid. He won't be able to hang around with them." But when people said that, he went off on the Boston Celtics. So, for example, in 1984, he scored 63 points on Larry Bird, and that is like crazy because he was a rookie. No rookie has done that at the time. And that really showed him, especially with Mutombo. And everybody else said that he can't dunk on them. But he did. And after that, everybody was scared of Jordan. And especially with Kobe. Kobe would talk about Jordan and how he could beat him. But Jordan showed him. And the reason why, because Kobe studied his moves, but you can't outlearn the teacher. So let's go to my favorite part, the endorsements. So he was from Gatorade to McDonald's to Hanes, Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, but this famous shoe. So let's get to that. So Jordan was originally wanted to go with Adidas, but I guess you could say they played a racist card on him, even though they had male African American teams, and he felt bad because they said he was too short. But that was kind of wrong of them to do that. But after that, he really showed them that I could do my own thing. So Nike pushed it hard for him to get him. So after that, the rest is history, and that's how it is with the Jordan brand. And now super popular now for the shoe. So like the first one, Chicago's, then went to these, to these, to these, and the most famous shoe of all time, Big 11s. So it went so viral that he made him more famous too. And he was influenced by everybody else, that everybody wanted to be like him, and everybody was so motivated to be like him. And everybody wants to experience that last shot that he did. But all I gotta say is that my favorite two quotes from him that stood out to me when he said, "Don't be afraid to fail, of not trying, because the key to success is failure." And it's so true. And I use that quote every time I would play basketball as well. But I want to say this will conclude my presentation, and thank you guys for listening.